It didn't come as a surprise, of course, because for a few weeks now I've been in regular communication with Rich Howard, but today I'm in the Angler's Mail. Now, I did make the cover. Having said that, there was a £50 plus pike on there. That was always going to be the main feature, but tucked in down there in the corner, meet the Angling Revs. And I feel very honoured to be alongside the Reverend Alston, who for 68 years held the Rudd record. And I can remember as a child reading through those records. I used to know them inside out. Perhaps over the years you don't pay that much attention to the records anymore, but nevertheless they are historical accounts of what goes on in fishing. And that one in particular, that Rudd that held the record for so many years, that was always one that I was very much aware of. He also held the Tench record as well. And then on page 26, 27, 28 and 29, there you go. There's the 2 pages first, and if you go over to the other side, you've got that as well. And I love the lead image there. That's me sea fishing just north of Barmouth. In fact, I would be there right now, or possibly depending on the last game of the Welsh season. If the New Saints had made the Welsh Cup final, I would be there this coming weekend. But if we didn't, I would have booked my holiday off now because the season would have ended anyway. That's something that we're all well aware of. Back to the magazine though, but the New Saints does feature, of course, as you can see there, a couple of images, one doing an interview, another doing a commentary for a Wales v Scotland international. That was an under-18s international. And it was great to be in the Angler's Mail. I used to write quite regularly for publications going back to last century. Sounds a long time ago, doesn't it? I had a weekly column on Fishing Magic, the website called Pilgrim's Progress. I think people tend to pick up on the ecclesiastical connection. It certainly makes for an interesting article or lead image or whatever it may be, titles in this case. So I used to write quite regularly. Got a couple of things here. This is the BAA, the Birmingham Anglers Association, used to produce a 4-page glossy magazine type publication, and I used to have one of those pages, that one there on the River Mease. I used to talk about BAA Waters, of course, and give them a plug. And this one is Nordley Pools, just outside Bridgnorth, and I've chosen that one because that's my youngest daughter, who used to love coming fishing with me. And I actually sent this photo to her a couple of days ago, and she said, never again will I go fishing. She used to love fishing, but sadly not into that anymore. And then there was the Midland Angler. I used to enjoy writing a column in there. There was the original Midland Angler, which was started in 1946. That actually was the BAA's official magazine, and that ran for a number of years. And then just about the turn of the century, 2001, if I remember correctly, the Midland Angler magazine started up. That was a broadsheet, as you can see there, and I used to have half a page. And coincidentally enough, I used to write about the BAA venues that exist, of course, in our area. There you go again. There's Miriam with that carp from Nordley Pools. Sadly, like its predecessor, that Midland Angler also came to an end as well, so it's no longer published. And then there was the Angling Star. Forgot about this one until I was searching out some of my old cuttings. Again, that's a broadsheet, and I used to have a full page in the Angling Star. And it was about this particular time, the turn of the century, I used to enjoy writing very much. You can't beat fishing, of course, but I used to enjoy writing about angling very much. In fact, I still do. And it was about that time, July 2003 to be precise, that I decided to start my own website. The term blog wasn't bandied around back then, so I wanted something that was what we now recognize and call a blog. So I started my own website. I got some space, some website space, and started to publish every Saturday an account of what I'd been up to during the previous 7 days. And I used to call it Stuart Blaw's Angling Journal. And I continued with that in that format for some time. And then, because there's so much going on in my life in angling alone, I decided to expand on that. All good blogs evolve over time, and up to the present day, well, I post several times daily, and not just fishing, but other things as well. In fact, it's now called Welcome to My World. So it's more than just angling, but the theme and the thread alongside it is to encourage and to inspire. So thanks to the Angler's Mail. That was great to be in that edition today, and it's got me searching out some of my old newspaper and magazine columns. I do enjoy writing very much indeed. Would I ever go back to writing columns on a regular basis? Well, as I said to myself back then, never say never. You don't know what the future holds. But for the last 17 years almost, I've been more than happy writing my blog and publishing on a daily basis. So I certainly get a lot of satisfaction from that. Great to look back, and I've been reading some of these old newspaper and magazine articles as well. Out and about yourself, tight lines, and it will be shortly, of course, because at the moment we're in this coronavirus pandemic deadlock, lockdown. We'll be back out on the bank in due course, I'm sure.